everyone, welcome to Tuesday's live write-in for this year's NaNo. For those new to National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo is a fun, seat-of-your-pants approach to creative writing. Every year in November, people from all over the world do a writing challenge to attempt to write a 50,000-word novel in only 30 days. It's going to test you, but that's where the fantastic writing community at NaNo comes in. I'm Coral, the USA, Illinois, Elsewhere Municipal Liaison, and I'm here to help guide you through this adventure. Illinois, Elsewhere writers, get ready to write a little bit every day, and in no time, you'll have a full-fledged story. As a reminder, this year, due to the pandemic, all official NaNoWriMo events are 100% virtual. Our region has standing virtual write-in streams Tuesdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central, and Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Central in November. We stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Links are in the description. All right. Now, this year, I have just the upcoming events listed. November 9th is ML Appreciation Day. Today, we celebrate the over 900 plus volunteers that help make NaNo possible. Something I'm really excited about, November 11th through the 15th, is the 100 hours writing event on Twitch. That's 100 hours of writing. Lady Mabes starts off the event, and after 2 hours, everyone will raid the next streamer for the next 100 hours. It's so much fun and a great way to meet new people. I also get a ton of writing done, so I can't really say too much more. You can find the schedule on their website, which is www.ohhow.net. And then the next event, other than our regular stream events, is December 1st, which is our Thank Goodness It's Over WriMo wrap-up party. This is the party everyone looks forward to. We talk about what worked for us, what didn't, give out prizes, talk about the now what months, and what a post-Nano day looks like, plus more. So I hope to see you all there. So the rules are rules. Free write, whatever comes to mind, even if it doesn't necessarily have to do with the prompt. Just get it out of your head. Do not delete. You can highlight, you can use the strikeout font to cross it out, but never delete. All words count towards your 50,000 words. And yes, even I have this problem. So this reminder is for me as much as it is for you. We will edit in December. We might not be able to get through all of these prompts, but let's see how we can do. I like to start the first 2 prompts as something quick to get our creative juices going. The dictionary and the thesaurus is your friend. So I went to dictionary.com and I found the word of the day is brasserie. Brasserie. So it basically means a tavern. It is an unpretentious restaurant, tavern, or the like that serves drinks, especially beer, and simple or hearty food, pub food, basically. So let's take the first 5 minutes, and you can describe a tavern or maybe have a scene that takes place in a brasserie. Let your imaginations run. So let's set our timer for prompt 1, and it starts now. Live. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up what you are writing. It's time for a quick 2-minute prompt. Let me know how that first prompt went. How many words did you get? Just write the number of words at the bottom. That should help. All right, hold on, let's see. Yep, we can do that right here so I can see what I am doing. All right. All right. I always like to remind everyone that the first prompt can feel pretty clunky monkey, so don't worry if you didn't write that much or you just hated it. We are working out the cobwebs. Hydration reminder. Drink your water, tea, coffee, whatever beverage you prefer. And also don't forget to click save after every prompt. I have water today because I felt really dehydrated. And so, yep, that's why I went with that. All right, our break isn't very long, so we can really dive into our next prompt. Our second prompt is going to be another 5-minute sprint. I want you to take a deep breath. And when the clock ends, our producer David will restart it with 5 minutes on the clock. If nothing comes to mind, write out gibberish or anything associated with the prompt, even if it doesn't have anything to do with your story. So prompt number 2 is a sound. Maybe a breaking glass precludes a fight. So we have about 30 seconds, and then we will go ahead and start prompt 2. Prompt goes. All right. Deep breath and begin. right, let's finish up what we were writing. And if you don't want to lose your momentum, feel free to keep writing. If you couldn't think of much, we'll have another prompt soon. So don't worry if you just write nonsense. As I said before, you don't have to follow the prompts. You can just write whatever you want. However, if the prompts help you come up with a fun scene, then our motto is just write it. So write it out. All right. I do want to finish that one sentence though. Then pushed into her. All right. So if you're taking a break with us, it's time for us to do our exercises. I like to do this at least once during a virtual write-in because I have really terrible posture. So if you're taking a break with us, it's time to move as slow or as fast as you need. Don't hurt yourself. As I said, I have terrible posture, so I like to use these breaks to get moving. I start with my neck and I roll whichever way feels comfortably about 5 times. All right. Next, I'm going to roll my shoulders one way 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the other way 5 times. 2, 4, and 5. Now I'm going to, now my spine. So left, right. That's 1. Left, right, 2. Left, right, 3. Left, right, 4. Left, right, 5. I'm going to curve my back in towards my stomach and hold. And then roll everything back so my spine is straight. And now you can do a little dance. For those of you that don't know, I broke my ankle about a month and a half ago. I put a month fifth in my notes. That is hilarious. A month and a half ago. So my get up and go is, you know, sit and jiggle, and we don't judge here. You know, the biggest thing is just get your muscles moving. You know, sometimes when we're all crunched up in the writing, it just gets... Just need to uncrunch yourself. Also, looks like we are just about at our 2-minute hydration reminder. So, drink your water. Don't forget to click save so you don't lose your progress. If you haven't counted up your word count, make sure you write it, the total at the bottom. That'll make it easier for you to count at the end. And our next prompt is a little bit a longer time for you. It's going to be 10 minutes long. And you're basically going to write a scene where a chase occurs. Without cars, of course. Because I think that makes things a little bit more interesting. You know, standard thing seems to be cars. But let's do a chase without cars. So let's take a few moments and just think about that. We're going to have 10 minutes to write it out. Our next prompt will be a chase scene without cars. So we have about 45 seconds left now. Enjoy this little break. Drink lots of water. Trying to think of how I can do a chase scene. Should be interesting. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. Most of the time I get an idea right away. This time I have no idea what I'm going to write. So we shall be riding some mumbo jumbos. All right, 10 minutes on the clock. And let's begin our mumbo jumboing. right. I think we are... Ooh, time for a 5-minute break already. Finish up what you're writing. Count up your words. Write it at the bottom. Put it into the chat too if you're up for sharing. And in fact, I shall go ahead and see if anybody has popped into any of the chats to say hello. So I can say hello back to you. All right. Looks good. Looks good. All right. I would love to hear about your chasing, so if you want to post them in the chat or in the comments, that would be really awesome. Let's go ahead and take some time in our 5-minute break to just take some deep breaths. I try to get out all that tension. I get so much anxiety, so this may look dumb, but it really does help my crazy thoughts anchor, and you got to do what you got to do, you know? So just shake out all that, I don't know, nervous energy. Yeah. All right, just doing a little shakes. The neck's a little sore from doing all of this bending over, crouching stuff, so I remember. All right. Looks like we are getting through it. A little bit of chapstick. All right, we're coming up on our 2-minute warning. That means it is your hydration check. So make sure you go ahead and drink some water, tea, coffee, or whatever beverage you prefer. And do not forget to click save. It's good. All right. Again. Just need to get situated. Okay. Check in again to see if anybody has offline to say hi. All right. Anybody's just joining us now. Hello. We have about a minute or so before we go into our next prompt. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So our next prompt is going to be 10 minutes long. Either at the start or the end of a scene. Have smoke sting their eyes. What happened? What is the smoke? Do they even know? How do they react to it? Remember, many people follow fight, flight, or freeze during high intensity situations. So what does your character do? And who caused the smoke? So, and we're gonna get 10 minutes on the clock soon. All right. The prompt is smoke stings your eyes. 10 minutes on the clock and happy writing. All right. It's time for a short 2-minute break. Finish up what you're writing. Write your word count at the bottom. We're actually getting close to the end of the first hour, so we'll be doing a short break now, and then we will jump into a fast 5-minute prompt to finish up the hour. Yeah. Sounds good. So for prompt 5, I want you guys to think of the motivation of the character. The prompt is, the character disobeys an order. Now, you can just write the scene as it happens, or perhaps start with a backstory of why they choose to disobey. I mean, was it a good decision, or was the character being rash? How does this action or inaction affect the character's arc? So we're going to start that in about a minute. Prompt number 5 is 5 minutes. A character disobeys an order. Drink your water. Drink your water. All right, we got about 10 seconds, and we're going to go dive into prompt number 5. Cinco. A character disobeys an order. Now get to writing. All over the place. Okay. All right. All right, now we are doing a 3-minute break. Wow, can you believe the first hour of our write-in is done? You guys are all amazing and kind of insane, and we kind of love it. I want you to write down your word count so far, put it at the bottom, and if you're feeling up to it, put it in the chat. Let me go ahead and see if anybody has popped into any of our chats to say hello. All right, it looks like we did have some people. Hello. Came in. So yeah, it looks like somebody came in and said, I just got here, but hi, I'm actually from New Jersey, but hoping I could stay for a sprint or two. Always welcome to see people coming in and joining us. We had another person who just said, I'll be lurking for support, but I need to focus on some work. And we love all of the support. Thank you guys for popping in. We really do appreciate it. All right, so we actually had our hydration check, so get your drinks. Coffee, tea, whatever, water, whatever beverage of your choice. Our next prompt is going to be a longer one. It's 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. During this time, you can write anything you want, okay? Expand on a previous prompt. Or if you want to stretch those writing chops, try to hide in these bonus words. Cable, apple pie, target, jar, marsh, kick, sigh, jagged, arrange, and speculate. So, in this prompt, you can write whatever you want, anything that comes to mind. Go right off of a previous prompt if you want to. Keep writing if you feel the motivation. So far, somehow I've been able to kind of keep mine in almost the same scene. So I think I might try to do the same thing. See if I can try to sneak in those words. These are really, really fun to do. Don't worry if you don't get all 10 words, but it is a little tricky to see if you can sneak in those words. All right, so your next prompt is going to be 20 minutes. All right, get to writing. Good luck. All right. Woo! All right. It's time for a 5-minute break. Finish up what you're writing. Don't forget to write your word count at the bottom. If you, write your word count at the bottom. I'm going to see if anybody said anything in the chat. All right. Looks like CJ said that they got 72 words for that last sprint, though they didn't use the prompt. I'd be very interested to hear how many you got this time, CJ. Hopefully you got a lot. Then let's see. What the... All right. I really enjoy hiding words and prompts that no one knows. It's our little secret that's there, you know, because I have faith in all of y'all. We're going to switch up our point of view for the next prompt. I think you're going to really enjoy it, but it is going to be a little hard. So let's see. So prompt 7, and I'm going to tell you this now so you can start thinking about it. Rewrite the previous scene, but from the perspective from another character. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going in your book, but it could be useful to do these things when you're having trouble getting in the head of another character to figure out what they're doing or what the motivation is. I do this often between my main characters and my antagonists, but it can also help with, it can also be fun with secondary characters when I'm trying to make sure they aren't one-dimensional. So I just want you guys to know what the next prompt is so you can think a little bit about it while you are, you know, getting your drinks of water, and if you feel up to it. Oh, looks like CJ got 356 words that time. Used like 3 of the words: jagged, sigh, and arrange. That's super awesome, though. You did a really great job. 356 is not bad. That's awesome. And it feels good when you're able to like sneak in those little words because you're just like, yeah, I got it. Although some of the times when you're like sneaking it in there, you're like, yeah, that didn't really work, but you know, we'll keep it in until we edit it. All right. That's hilarious. Don't forget, drink your water, get hydration check. All right. Got about a minute and a half before our next prompt. This is when you're going to rewrite the previous scene from the perspective of another character. This is really exciting. I'm still trying to decide because I had basically 3 characters in that last scene. I had Lana, my main character, Scott, who is like a secondary main character, and another character which is yet unnamed, which I believe may end up being a larger part of the story. Not quite sure yet. But I think I might want to do it from their point of view because we don't really know them. So maybe I will do it from there. So if I did it from Scott's perspective, it'd basically be the same story, but with maybe a little bit different, like, internal dialogue. So yeah, I think I might go with the fighter that was like having an attitude. Oh, this is gonna be so hard though. And you'll watch me, I'll probably scroll up a few times to see what I did next. So, all right, we got 20 minutes. Take your time. Don't worry, this is harder, so you might not get as many words. So let's go. You got this, 20 minutes. Start the clock. That's hard. All right, so it's time for our last 5-minute break. I hope you had fun with that last one as much as I always do. Write down your word count, post it in the chat if you feel up to it. But gosh, that was so hard. I had to look back. I didn't know if you guys could see or not, but I had to go back a few times to take a look at what I was writing and what I had already written. And yeah. Oh, goodness. Like, that was crazy. I was like, what did she say? What did they say? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Oh, goodness. So yeah, that was quite a challenge. Let me know what your actual word count was for that last one. Oh, goodness. I'm really excited. We are getting close to the end. I'm really happy I've been able to kind of play with the same scene for like this whole write-in, which is pretty crazy. It's going to make it really awesome to just grab all of the things and put it into my story Bible and then figure out what I was going to actually use and what I'm not going to use. But that'll be in December. Right now, let's just get everything out. Write down whatever comes to mind. You know, even if it's gibberish or it doesn't make any sense in the context of another previous scene, because that's what editing's about. Oh my goodness. Hydration check for sure. Definitely get your water in. Oh, 5. All right. CJ said they got 587 that time, I think. That was definitely a hard prompt, but I kind of like it. Oh, that's awesome. Really, really glad to hear that. It just kind of came to me. I was like, oh, this would be really cool to do side by side with that other one. I've done it in the past just working with my other, just on my own, but I've never done it for a write-in. So that was really cool, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. So it really is something that is pretty fun. Okay, so we have about a minute and a half left or so. For prompt 8, since we've done a bit of scene development with our prompts and stuff, I think it's time for us to play a little bit. So our last prompt is going to be 10 minutes, which is going to take us right up to the butt of the hour. So definitely get as much writing, because I want to get as much writing as we can. So for prompt 8, it'll be 10 minutes, and you're going to write a scene in which characters whisper. I loved this. When I found this one, I was like, oh, okay. There's so many little things, little secrets you could be putting in, or maybe it's just that they're talking, gossiping about, somebody else. So you have room for just having fun. And throwing a wrench, as I said, throw a wrench into your plot or into your character developments, throw a wrench into some friendships. Like, this is the time to do it, to just play around, write a scene in which characters are whispering. I think you guys will really, hopefully, come up with something cool. Awesome. All right, a few seconds left, and we're going to get 10 minutes on the clock. And get to writing. All right. What am I going to write? I don't know. Okay, we can do this. We can do this, y'all. right. And that, of course, that's it. Hands up, you're done. All right, you can finish up if you're writing a sentence. Write your countdown at the bottom, add up all the numbers, and stop by NaNoWriMo.org to update your word counts. If you're still feeling creative, don't lose the momentum. Stop by the Discord, keep sprinting with the sprinting bot. I highly recommend you go up against others doing the long sprints and the word wars. You can even go against yourself. The link is over there. For your invite into the Discord. Please go to our regional forum if you haven't already introduced yourself and your story. I post previous write-in prompts in the official prompt thread. Now, before we go, I want to thank my producer, David McGinnis. I also want to thank Tabletop Audio for their amazing music. Please, please, please stop by their website. Check out all of their amazing chill ambiance and sounds, just like the ones you've been listening to today. They have a link to their Patreon if you want to support them. Some of these prompts were from gointothestory.blocklist.com. So please, if you want, you can check out that. And of course, I want to thank NaNoWriMo.org for hosting this amazing challenge for over 10 years. Links to all of our social media are found in the description. Our next stream is Saturday, November 13th at 1 p.m. Central Time, live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Live. Please do not hesitate to stop by, say hi. I would love to see everyone there. And without further ado, thank you all for coming, and I hope you all have happy writing.